What's up? It's your boy KARCENO in the house. Let's get to it. I never kind of felt in my heart of hearts Russell Westbrook got a fair shot with the Lakers. I knew when he got there that this would be kind of the results. We knew he would be the one to blame if something was to go wrong. He took the pressure off Melo because if Russ wasn't there, Melo would have been the reason. He would have been the whipping boy for why they were failing. When it was clearly they had so many issues on this team, and most of it was defensively. But Russell Westbrook was made the entire problem for the entire season. Even though AD consistently was getting injured and didn't play large parts of the season. LeBron didn't play fairly well, especially defensively. And the rest of the team seemed to be falling by the wayside. Meaning that this team was in despair from the moment it was put together. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the page and do everything that the banner says. Please. We appreciate it. There's a super thanks button there too in case you guys missed the live premiere. You're watching it now on YouTube, you can hit the super thanks. We appreciate the love and support. And let's get back to what we were talking about. Now, everyone's talking about it now because they saw it in Summer League. I saw it and heard it from Russ's exit speech. He knew in the season and during the season, he knew after the season was over that he pretty much wasn't coming back. But it wouldn't be because he's not going to buy it and get his money. It's because the Lakers organization really don't want him there. And he never felt accepted. In other words, protected. From the media, from the attacks, there was never a sense of support for Russell Westbrook in Los Angeles. And let me remind you, he's still a member of the Los Angeles Lakers right now. Now, the media saw Summer League and they saw Russ and LeBron really going out of their way to not sit, look at, or be around each other. And this is the first time they've noticed it because they're stupid. But that's beside the point. See, they need a visual in order for them to say, man, wait a minute, there might be something wrong here. Those two are not vibing and haven't been vibing. And the reason why they haven't been vibing is because Russ is somebody who depends and really looks at people and go by how you treat him. Loyalty means a lot to him. And respect means a lot to him. And if he holds you in high regards and he's willing to do all these things with you and he looks at you as a brother, he would expect that same type of treatment and respond and back. Like, I treated you like a brother. You have my back, I have your back. And no matter what, he always kept it 1,000, on how he felt in the situation. Throughout this season, in the beginning of the season, when Russ was struggling offensively in the system, when Russ got to Houston, he learned how to adjust to play with James Harden. They worked at it, and then they started to be successful. But they struggled a little bit at first. But they got it, and then it worked out. Then James wanted to leave, and the team started splitting apart. So he went to Washington. When he got to the Wizards, him and Bradley Beal, they struggled early. But as the season went on, the second half of the season, Washington became the most dangerous team in the playoffs. They were a dangerous team. So they really turned it around that second half. So Russ had adjusted playing with Bradley Beal. So when he went to the Lakers, I said they're going to struggle, but Russ will adjust to playing with LeBron James' style, even though they play the same way. It's going to take some time for him to do this. He'll adjust to playing with LeBron's style. And in the second half of the season, he adjusted and he played absolutely better, way better than he did in the beginning stages. Everything was up. Points, averages. But their turnovers were high because they never really had a solid lineup. Their lineups kept changing. All of these things were in play that the media is not telling you. They're just lying to you, or they're not even doing it at all. They just basically acting like fans and just talking and blaming one person for the price. The coach is this. No, it's all of it. But you want to dump it all on one person. Like, we need one face. We need something to get behind. We need a person to destroy. So Russ has to be that guy. He has to be the sacrificial lamb. That's how they drew it up, and that's how it's been playing out. Now let's get to the gist of more of the problem that we've seen lately. Let's get to the elephant in the room, LeBron. Now, LeBron casts a big shadow because, Russ knows that. Russ ain't going to come in there thinking it's going to be me and LeBron. He knows I'm the third wheel. It's going to be him and AD, and then I'm the third wheel. But LeBron fought to bring him in when the company wanted DeMar DeRozan. And they're watching DeMar DeRozan tear the league up in the first half of the season, and they're sitting here with a struggling guard whose shooting is erratic, and they can't figure out what's really going on here and why they're losing and why they're paying all this money and losing. So the media is ripping Russ to shreds, and nobody's really got Russ back. They're saying it in public, but they really don't have his back. They was trying to make moves to trade him at the All-Star break, and that didn't get done. Russ was already saying basically goodbye to his guys, and sorry it didn't work out. But then the trade didn't get done. They couldn't get a trade done before the All-Star break, so they were stuck with Russ for the whole season. And it got to the point where it was like, wow, we're stuck with Russ for the whole ride now. We thought he played his last game. He sat out, didn't play the game, thinking he would be traded, and he wasn't. So he gets back in the lineup, and his game gets better. No one cares on it. They just focused on any shot he missed, any mistake he made, the whole nine. And as the season played out, you started to see the failures of the team. The team had the same problems. But when LeBron wasn't playing, the team actually was playing a lot better with him out of the lineup. Ball was moving, the speed of the game was up, and they were competing. Guys is on the floor. Russ was having his best games. The problem of the Los Angeles Lakers was defensively. They weren't rotating, they weren't communicating, guys weren't evolving. They weren't involving each other and saying, hey, they weren't selling out for each other. They were all individuals. Some of them. It was inner turmoil as Russ was feeling a lot of resentment towards his players because, especially his friend LeBron, because he feels LeBron is the one who wanted me here and he's the one that wants me gone. The organization really didn't want me to come back. And I came here to help you win a championship. Plus, I'm back home in LA where I wanted to be, but it's not going to work out here. I see right now I'm being bashed by your media. Like, the players aren't stupid. They know Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins, Rachel Nichols. They know who LeBron's team is in the media. Brian Warthog and all that guy. He knows his team. So when he hear those guys saying disrespectful things about him on a platform, like, they would never do that to Anthony Davis. You would never see those guys rip Anthony Davis down because they know they're going to hear it from LeBron. LeBron's going to give them a phone call because he basically then got them a job at ESPN. So if you know that's the facts, then why in the world are you going in that direction? Why are you taking that route? When it's proven to be unnecessary. Why are you singling out people for no reason? There's no reason to single out any of these guys because in reality, the main problem is you guys are old. You don't want to have to keep up with these young guys. You guys are going to have to communicate. You're going to need a younger crew out there on the floor that wants to win and compete. You guys just think it's going to happen because you're the Lakers. I mean, getting Kyrie Irving does make, he's a lot quicker than Russ. He has better handles than Russ, better skill set than Russell Westbrook, better shooter than Russell Westbrook. Yeah, he's a better player than Russ. But is that your problem? Was that your element right there? Just adding Kyrie makes your team go to the next level. When you got a LeBron that's like 80 years old. So you're playing on a team that just doesn't make any sense for you to go in this way. So during the exit meeting, you heard him say, when people was like, yeah, like everybody that had your support, he's like, yeah, everybody said that, but we all know that was not the case. Russ was letting you know in the exit meeting, like, people said they gave me support, but you know that's not the case. Y'all missed that. I don't know how y'all missed that, but I did. He was letting you know it's been bull that's been going on. So when he showed up for the coach to support Darvin Ham, he was right there. This is a show to LeBron. Like, I'm supporting the team. He showed up for Summer League, right? Then LeBron's going to pop up in support of Summer League. You know, this is always known that the players must make an appearance, or at least they advise that you make an appearance. You know, Russ wants to come out and show that he's the ultimate teammate. He's communicating, he shows up for the coach. He was there, but he believed in LeBron. That's why he came. He believed LeBron was his homie. Now he knows the truth. And once you mess up with Russ, that's a hard thing to fix and get him to trust you again. It is. Him and Kevin Durant, they're not friends. They've come to an understanding and an agreement that that's not a good look for the sport, and don't for you two to be warm with one another. It's just like Kobe and Shaq. They had to basically chill out with what they were doing on the court with all the back and forth they were doing as far as that, because the NBA was using that, you know, and Bill Russell had to talk to them and basically iron that out and saying, stop doing that for them on television. They love to market that black on black and all that, and have y'all out here warring with each other. It's stupid. And y'all warring over something for nothing. That means nothing. Now, here's the thing. Russell Westbrook and LeBron, those two, their thing is not going to come out until they playing against each other. And that's when you're going to see Russ go off. And he going to go at LeBron. If he gets traded, go to Brooklyn and they play the Los Angeles Lakers, I might have to get tickets. Because if he's on that team and Russ sees LeBron, it's going to be like a bull looking at the damn matador. Russ is coming, and he's coming hard. I think Russ has been completely victimized. The organization never supported him. They didn't want him there. They never made him really feel like a Laker. You got the owner doing interviews basically saying how she didn't want him. And this person is still a member of your organization. He's only been there one season. And in one season, you've already has made a determination on his performance when he basically had a great second half of the season. Do you realize the guy that y'all paying hundreds of millions of dollars to, Anthony Davis, is getting manicures and dressing up in new clothes on the bench, not playing? Y'all so-called best big man was playing awful before he got hurt. He was shooting damn near 18, 19% from three. He's all overweight, out of shape, and just playing ridiculous. Not to mention defensively. The Lakers' defensive efficiency as a team was god awful. And now we're going to see that play out even more as they move towards the future. And in the future, they have different determinations on how they think they should move. And it's clear they have no plans of moving forward with Russell Westbrook. The team's going to find a way to move him. And at this point, he just wants to be done with this Los Angeles Lakers situation, aka the LeBron situation. So what you saw yesterday was Russell Westbrook once again stating how he felt, why he felt what he felt, and the whole world's gonna find out or see, and they're gonna know when it's all said and done, what time it is. I think Russ is just waiting to show him. It's like the Lakers are wasting time too. They're wasting so much time. Like they're so caught into theatrics. They get Scottie Pippen Jr. and Sharif O'Neal, Shaq's son. It's like because they're so caught into the theatrics of the basketball world. Scottie Pippen Jr., and Sharif O'Neal. You know, these kids aren't ready for the league right now. There's some young men, and there's nothing bad against them. They just not ready for prime time. And you could tell players who are, if you've been watching Summer League, guys who are ready for that next level and that next step. And the guys who they were drafted versus these guys who were just trying out or trying to get some attention and look good even against some of these young kids. These guys who are hopefuls to someday probably get into the league using Summer League. So I never saw I never saw or seen anyone try to challenge LeBron James. Russ never did that. Russ was always the ultimate teammate. Like for anybody to say Russ is a bad teammate, they're lying. Russ is not a bad teammate at all. Russ is gonna be your best friend. He's gonna go to war with you. Russ is a great teammate. That has never been Russell Westbrook's problem. It's just down the stretch. He don't have the energy. He's not the type of shooter that is going to be able to hit those shots consistently. And he uses his whole body to shoot. It's like he's got to get to a certain height and then shoot the ball in. It's like he never really adjusted his shot when he came in as a pro. His style has been attack the rim and attack the basket, and that's how he plays. He plays hard, and that's going to wear and tear your body down. And last season, he played almost every game, and in games he was hurt, he had to play because LeBron was hurt, AD was hurt. All these lineups are changing, and no one is acknowledging these facts. They're just coming after Russell Westbrook because he was the main key of why the team wasn't working when LeBron was not playing well. AD wasn't playing well, even when he was out there, and when the big three was on the floor, there really was no difference. So they have a lot to address to be considered to be a team to take seriously. But every day they're going to be the talk of media and everything Lakers, Lakers, Lakers. But as you saw, LeBron James trying to avoid Russ, not trying to have any conversation with him, and vice versa. So, yeah, there's problems on the horizon. I mean, you know right now what time it is and how Russ felt. Him and Rustin had that conversation, and Russ ain't dealing with them no more. As of right now, he knows Bron's trying to get him traded for Kyrie, and it is what it is. You don't want him there no more, and so you ain't been riding with him all this time. You've been phony. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna make this a super long video. So I just want to get your opinion, see what you guys think. You know, I know you guys all saw it yesterday because they got the visual of it. We've all seen that when two people don't want to talk to each other or have to be in the same room, how they act and how they move. And people saw it on display yesterday for the first time. And now here come all the questions. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. My Cash App is KARCENO, KARCENO. You can click one of the videos you see here out of the four, and I'm out.